Welcome back for another segment of Doers Nation.
This is how we're traveling today. How do you even handle a dog like this? I mean, seriously. Oh my gosh. Larry, I love you so much. Yeah. Heartbreaker.
And today is a day of exploration. Where are we headed? The Alvira bunkers? Yes. Whoop whoop. The boys are eager to explore. Well, hello there, beautiful people. Leah here, Doers Nation, and I brought you somewhere new to explore for not just you, but for me as well. We are here today at the Alvira bunkers, and I figured we would have lunch with the boys in one of the bunkers because I thought that would be neat. So here we are. Let's check it out. Denver couldn't even squeeze in there, so I figured Mama Bear isn't fitting either, but there are plenty that we can fit in. You just wait. While you're here, check out the description. I will have the coordinates for this gate there. Oh, and click the subscribe button while you're at it, please. Well, folks, I had mentioned that we are at the bunkers of Alvira, and I am excited to share the rich history of this area. Now, it hasn't always looked like this. In fact, this area was originally established in 1825 as a town named Wise Town. In the 1860s, it was renamed Alvira, and now it's munition bunkers? Yeah, let me tell you about how that happened. Okay, I know that this is a bit hard to imagine considering what this is today, but at one time, Alvira actually had 400 residents, schools, gas stations, a church, and other businesses. Unfortunately, in 1942, less than 100 years after it was named Alvira, the War Department seized this land under eminent domain. Why, you ask? Well, this was during World War II. The residents were told that the government needed their land for the war effort and that they could repurchase it after the war ended. Residents were given 6 weeks to leave their property and take everything they owned, including their livestock, with them. Within only a few short months, Alvira was no more, and only the church remained. The homes and structures were all burnt to the ground, and today, all that you can see is the church and some cemeteries that were left behind. It's now a ghost town. Within a week, workers began construction of what would become the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works. This land was likely chosen because it was close to the Reading Railroad for transportation of supplies for the facility. Not to mention, it was close enough to the Susquehanna River, and the TNT plant required water. Another consideration was likely that the bunkers and the tract of land was large enough that they could be separated as to prevent a domino effect in case of explosion. Yeah, that's how interesting this area is. And there's more. What was once the bustling town of Alvira was very quickly replaced with 150 bunkers, 17 miles of railroad track, 55 miles of road, and 300 buildings. The purpose of these? I'm getting to that. Let's explore a little bit first. Okay, so all of these buildings, the railroad track, the roads, the bunkers, they were all built for the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works. This was a TNT manufacturing plant operated by the U.S. Rubber Company on behalf of the U.S. government. The explosives plant opened in May of 1943 as a relief for the World War II effort. But it was ultimately very brief, and it was shut down just 11 months later when the TNT need was diminished. Once the war was over, the Army remained using this land for testing, and it was soon renamed the Susquehanna Ordnance Depot. Despite the fact that the federal government promised the residents that they could buy back their land for the same amount as what they had sold it for. Fun fact about these bunkers, they were designed as igloo-shaped buildings with thick walls so that they would explode upward in the event of an accidental explosion. And when you are hiking here, you will see that they were placed distinctly as to not create a domino effect if they did explode. When you come here, you will also see that this area is adjacent to the Allenwood prison. And that's because in 1950, the Federal Bureau of Prisons was given 4,000 of the 8,400 acres, and Allenwood Prison was built. I had mentioned that only the church and the cemeteries remain from Alvira, and that church now lies within the prison walls and is used by the inmates. The cemetery is well maintained and accessible only to the families of the folks buried there. All that remains of the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works is the bunkers, also known as munitions magazines. The munitions plant and support buildings were destroyed, and honestly, these bunkers are getting swallowed back up into nature as well. So let's explore them while we can. In fact, I think we should have lunch in one of the bunkers. What do you think? This looks like a good spot to have some lunch. And how neat is it, the echo in these bunkers? I was really surprised by how much it echoed. And today we are going to use the Mini Mo Jet Boil. This thing is so darn convenient. And another super convenient thing that I have figured out is that 1 bottle of water equals enough boiled water for one of these meals and a cup of coffee. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. On the menu for today, beef stroganoff and noodles. Pretty darn good bunker meal, if you ask me. And just to be a friend for you, I will include the link for this jet boil, the canister, and the adventure meals, just in case you'd like to give them a go yourself. Let's crank that heat and get this water boiling. Not quite there. Let's explore a little. And in case you didn't know how easy it is to make these meals, it is merely boiled water, sealing it up, and waiting a couple minutes, and boom, you have a delicious lunch. But did you see the bunker? How cool is that? Steamy. I am quite the dork. I hope you're enjoying it. Well, this is the first time for me. We are having lunch in the bunker, and on the menu for today is beef stroganoff. Yum! Looks like Denver's ready for lunch too. What do you think? And all you do is stir it, seal it, and let it sit. Boom. I definitely didn't forget about the cup of coffee, so that's happening. And in case you didn't know, instant coffee is an extremely easy passenger to take with you on a hike, and it provides you a nice kick if you like the coffee. And honestly, I don't like coffee. I love it. I love it a whole lot. This coffee I found is called Golden Dusk, and it's actually pretty delicious instant coffee, if I must say so. Cheers! Denver's licking his chops. Yum. Gotta share some with the boys. I did flip the spoon to the fork side when the dogs were eating, so don't judge me. Although I probably would share my spoon with them, 'cause I love them. Look at Larry. Oh my gosh. These dogs. How did I get so lucky? We are having such a great day here at the bunkers. I could explore and explore and explore some more. And we're gonna do just that. And honestly, there's more to see than just bunkers. There is tons of marshland all around. And I saw some really, really interesting trees along the way as well. I will tell you, because I feel like I need to, that there are a lot of ticks in the area, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to check yourself thoroughly when you get home. But enough about when you're at home. Let's explore more of what this area has to offer. And I did mention the marshland, right? Because it's gorgeous. I hope that I captured the beauty of the reflection on this water. It was genuinely breathtaking. And honestly, this area has so much beauty to take in. I hope that every single one of my videos is like you're experiencing this firsthand. Although I will tell you, I encourage you to get out there and experiencing these things for yourself. It is just absolutely breathtaking. And even something like this, with such a negative history, holds so much positive beauty within it. I mean, look at this. Wowza. God really is the most incredible artist. I am so grateful that He put me in a position to be able to capture this for you and share it with anybody who's not able to make the trek themselves. Enjoy it. I don't know how I saw this tree, but I had to check it out. Look at it making a muscle. How cool is that? Nature is just glorious. And another awesome tree. I'm not sure that this video really gives this tree justice, but I've never seen anything like it. I'm pretty sure it's a white pine, but this tree right here, I bet it's seen some Indians. It is, there's just, sometimes I just can't find the right words to describe what I'm surrounded by, because it's just so darn neat. I mean, really, do you look at things in their truest form when you are out in nature? There is so much to be taken in. And even these man-made bunkers that were created for destruction hold tons of history, and history to be appreciated because it's what we're made of. Unfortunately, you also see graffiti and more destruction by us, the community that surrounds all of these things. You know, in my opinion, I think that we need to take better care of what we have and appreciate it. I personally would much rather have seen these bunkers clean and free of that nonsense. I mean, half the stuff is just vulgarity. Why do we do this? Like, can we leave a good mark on this world? Okay, I really don't like to talk about any negative thing. So let's just talk about the positive impact that we can make on the world around us. We all have a choice each day for the influence that we have on absolutely everything that we can come encounter with. You know, I really believe that it all starts with the internal conversation that you're having with yourself. So, what kind of conversations are you having within your head? And I know that this sounds like a crazy person, but you all know exactly what I'm talking about. What we think becomes our reality. I try, as soon as I start to have a negative thought, to reverse it right back into a positive and see the beauty in absolutely everything and the lesson in it. You know, God does use everything for good, and it's obvious when you try to have that perspective. Guys, I hope you had a blast, and I can't wait to see you again. LeahDoersNation, subscribe.